flush trim bits, or in my circumstance, what I'm doing today, some people will call them pattern cutting bits, are one of the most versatile bits in the shop, especially if you don't have a lot of tools. So they make two types, a top side bearing and a bottom side bearing. I have both because they can be used for different applications, which I have, but you don't necessarily need both. You can get away with one. I also have this French curve kit, which I'm using to create some very organic curves and lines to put some handles on some cheese boards. So basically it's a very simple process. I just created my pattern on some 3/4 inch ply. I could cut it out with a jigsaw and clean up all of my edges. Now that pattern cutting bit, what it's going to do is that bearing's going to ride along whatever you're using as your pattern and can duplicate what that pattern is into whatever you're cutting. Now those bits only have 2 flutes on them, so they're not really made for plowing out a bunch of material. So I always like to put my pattern on there, draw on the wood, remove the excess material with a jigsaw, and then I could double side tape my pattern in place. You can see I'm not removing a bunch of material. And then once you get halfway through, that bearing will now follow the pattern that you created on your wood. You could remove the plywood pattern and then cut through to the bottom. And like I said, I made 3 of these real quickly this afternoon. And with that piece, very little sanding is now left to do and able to duplicate that.